Rohingya. How does that word make you feel? Some people say that they dirty the entire place, show middle fingers at people. Then there are some wild claims about Bumi Putra rights,
which may be fake or may not be fake.
If you live in Malaysia, chances are you don't like them very much. And it's quite clear that they are not really legal, considering the fact that they come all the way here on boats. And even if you do say that you like them, you're gonna get ruthlessly mocked by Malaysians all over the planet. Suhakam issued a statement, angry and laughter emoji, angry and laughter. And you can see the comments that are just casually coming out here one after another. You know, there's even this petition right now on change.org. And boom, thousands of signatures, 198,000, ongoing, refresh it, refresh it, refresh it. Literally like 1 to 2 to 3 every single second, bro. Now, I'm not saying that I like the Rohingya or that even I hate them, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to say that it's a very complex problem. And out of the goodness of our hearts, we decided to accept them only to have them create trouble. So the story goes.
But then the question is, why did you accept them, huh?
This whole sad situation is Malaysia's own fault. Do you remember when Najib decided to go on the whole Rohingya warpath?
2 hari lalu, kenyataan dari kerajaan Myanmar kata, kalau saya sebagai Perdana Menteri hadir dalam perhimpunan solidariti pagi ini, kerajaan Myanmar akan anggap saya campur tangan dalam urusan kerajaan Myanmar. Dia gertak saya. Dia beri amaran pada saya. Saya tak peduli.
And from that moment, through all your cheers, through his speech, we started bringing the Rohingyas into Malaysia.
You think he did it just completely out of kindness? No, Sapu. That was right before GE14. So to prepare for this mother of all battles, he basically brought up the whole Rohingya issue so he can show that he's terpaling Melayu, terpaling hero Ummah. And before you knew it, then all of the Rohingya started coming into Malaysia boatload by boatload. And I remember how all of that was happening, and I was just thinking to myself, like, is my government going crazy? We had no plan to integrate these Rohingyas into society. We don't register them. Refugees can basically just get yeeted off the street at any given time. They cannot legally work, they can't go into schools. And I would know this, by the way, not just from the internet, but also because I used to intern at the literal UNHCR, talking to all of these refugees with interpreters who would talk to me about all of these people's sad situations. But you know the reason I didn't title this video, why Malaysia's Rohingya crisis is Najib's fault, is that this pattern is actually a Malaysian pattern. Seriously, whenever there is some sort of race or religion type thing to tunggang upon, then our leaders and politicians will just go out there and try to be #1 solidarity hidup ummah. You know, I was just reading a paper by Muhammad Suhail Muhammad Yazid about Tunku Abdul Rahman and how the guy basically started up the OIC to become the hero of the Muslims, which probably should remind you of the way that Anwar Ibrahim is trying to become an international hero of the OIC. Yeah, it's a long hell pattern. But anyway, it's always just you go in, you tunggang, you don't think about the consequences. As long as you become popular, as long as people love you, worship you, flatter you, say that you are the best, 100 million for Palestine, another 100 million for Palestine. And before you know it, you're literally bringing in Palestinians for medical treatment, and you're even accepting literal prisoners. Going on boats and screaming, Sumun, Nusantara. Right when Palestinians actually come into Malaysia and start complaining about our society, people start screaming, Jom makan McD ke KFC ke aku belanja. And before you know it, people start asking whether these people are Palestinians or Rohingya. Wow. When people say that we're hypocrites for supporting Palestine while screaming against the Rohingyas, I think that's actually true. But you know, for the foreseeable future, we're probably gonna see more of this. The moment anybody out there talks about so-called Islamic solidarity, hidup ummah, or something else like that, then you'll end up seeing people cheering again, screaming about how wonderful the Rohingyas are, or any other random Muslim group that some gaslighter politician wants to shill in front of the entire public. And before you know it, then we'll have another 100,000, another 200,000 Rohingyas. Now, I'm not saying that the human rights aspect is not real, it very much is. But I think at some point, in the middle of war, crisis, cost of living, people are gonna have to start making a choice right here. And if you look at this petition right here, and yep, it is now at 200,000. Well, what do you think, Sapoops? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all I have to say about that, and bye.